Hello, good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for joining us for Lunch and Learn episode 12. And today we are going to talk about the do's and don'ts of using Facebook to help build your network marketing company. So while we're just waiting a couple seconds to build the following here, whether you've joined me live today or sometime in the future on my YouTube channel, thank you for coming in, and hopefully you can use these videos and trainings to turn your lunchtime, whatever time zone you are, into learning time. So again, today we are going to talk about the do's and don'ts of Facebook marketing. So one thing, I'm just looking over at my Facebook right now on my computer, and to date I have almost 5,000 friends. I continue to cycle them in and out, and I have 17,770 followers on my Facebook profile, right? This is not a business page. This is not some forum where I could pay for advertising and, build that, with pay-per-click or whatever. So this is an organic build. And so I thought, I'll just share a couple things that I've done over the last 5 or 6 years to really, build my Facebook following up to 17,000, almost 18,000 with my friends, a combined total of almost 24,000 people. So the first thing you want to do is realize that, there are 1 billion people on Facebook, and a lot more people are looking at your profile than you would ever imagine. And, every time one of your friends who you are, let's say you have 500 friends, one of them likes your stuff, it goes on to their news feed. And if they have 500 friends, those 500 friends are seeing that their friend liked your stuff. So it's not just the 500 friends that you have that you are impacting. It's every time one of them comments, likes, or shares your things, it's going out to a lot of people. So, it's a lot of people think, oh, I just have 500 friends. You're not advertising to them. You're not just selling to them, so to speak, right? So it's good to be intentional about your Facebook, because this is a medium that could literally help you reach, tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people. And if you do it right, you're going to, attract more people. So traction marketing is what I'm best at. I don't outbound. I don't use clever Facebook marketing for outbound. I don't message people saying, hey, are you open to looking at a health product? Or hey, are you open to a, opportunity? I don't do that. I use attraction marketing, and I get them, finding out who I am and, being curious about who I am and what I do. So the first thing you want to do is you want to look at your Facebook profile, right? When you click on it, you should have a nice professional profile picture, never a picture, never a college symbol or a religious thing. Like, don't have something that's would only appeal to a small amount of people. Like, I see people have their college or their flag or their political affiliations. Really bad idea. You're gonna alienate half the people with that stuff. You might want to have some kind of nice picture. Or like for me, I have a quote up, and I change that often. It says, if you can dream it, you can do it, Walt Disney, right? Because you remember, when they click on your page, the first instinct, the first impression is that picture and that banner. So I would be very intentional about the picture and the banner, right? Like a drunk photo from Halloween would be a very, very bad idea for a picture and a banner. Now, you can use your Facebook for whatever you want. This is a specific training of how I've used Facebook to recruit hundreds of people. So a lot of people say, well, Tara, these are my friends and family. Great. I've built it up to 27,000 people who are mostly not friends and family, to attract them into business. So if you want to use your Facebook, I do recommend using a profile, not a page. The visibility is different. The algorithms are different. So this is my Facebook profile. This is not a business page. This is not a fan page. I have, 3,000 on my fan page. I don't really use it all that often because I like the visibility I'm getting better on my Facebook page. So the first thing is, you get to do an intro of yourself. What do you want people to know about you, right? The last thing I would do if I were you is put my company that I really work at. So let's say you work for Walmart. My intro would never ever say I work at Walmart. Never in a million years. I don't care if it was something I was proud of, like I am the CEO of Disney, right? I don't care what it is. my profile would never say a company that I didn't own. My profile would say what I do is my plan B. So whether you are working 5 hours a week or 20 hours a week in your network marketing business and you still have a job, why are you promoting or advertising your boss's company? Like, I'm glad you're really proud of your job at Oracle or HP or Sony or Google, but you're building Mark Zuckerberg's dream and you're building, somebody else's dream. So the first thing I would say is get your intro into who are you? Who do you want to attract them to? Because you're not going to get them a job at Hewlett Packard. You're not going to get a job at Sony. You're not going to get them a job at Walmart. Do you want them, it's not even relative. Who cares where you work? Do you want them to start knowing you as an entrepreneur, right? Whatever you talk about, whatever you focus on is what they will know. So for example, mine says wellness entrepreneur, $1 million mommy, Team Heart co-founder, getting people healthy and wealthy, right? I wrote that a year ago. I might change it. I can change it often. Self-employed, right? Where I studied, where I live, who I'm married to, and how many I'm followed by. That's all the information. And then I'm very intentional about my pictures, right? I have some pictures of family up there, me and my kids, because I do want to let people know that I am a human and that besides business, I have a family and I have a spouse and stuff, because I don't want any unprovoked marriage proposals, which I have been getting many of them from Africa and Haiti and all kinds of over the globe, man. I have been given more marriage proposals in the last couple of years through Facebook than I think, everybody I know combined. So I try to put a picture of my husband so that So now if you can get somebody to your page and they like what they see with your profile picture and your banner, and they like what they see with your intro, and you've got them looking at more. Now let's say they start scrolling. What are they going to see? What are your posts, right? Don't be negative. Don't be, I'm sorry. I will never post something political. As much as I would love to influence my 25,000 people of my political, I know that I'm going to invite criticism. And I know that half of the people on there are not going to like my political affiliation. So I personally would never, ever, 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 ever post something political. I don't care for people to know my opinion. It's not relevant to me building a business. Well, you don't want to attract the other party? Great. Then post something. Now, I personally want to work with both parties. I want to work with all kinds of political views. I want a wonderful team of people who have a multifaceted of interests. So I would say stay away from strong religious views, strong political views. If there's a world thing, like for example, a couple years ago when the lion got killed, like stay away from airing your opinion. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even air your opinions on gun laws and everything. Like, no one really cares, and all you're doing is inviting arguments. I am not building a page of getting my opinion out there. I'm getting a page to attract people of who I am and why they would want to work with me as an entrepreneur in health and wellness and network marketing. And none of that stuff is relevant to my leadership or to my ability to build a team or my ability to relate to people or train people. So I stay far, 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 far away from all of that. Again, it is your page. I'm just giving you my best tips of what I believe is holding a lot of people back. Just really be careful of steering really clear of strong opinions. Especially negative. Don't swear. Tony Robbins swears. Gary Vaynerchuk swears. It's not that I have a stigma for swearing, but a lot of people do. And if you write the F word on my post, and I'm not opposed to saying it, I say it all the time, but if you write it on my post, I'm going to delete you. And if I go to your Facebook and all I see is F this, F that, I just don't think that that's the time and place for it. And I would question your judgment, and I personally wouldn't want to work with something like that. Again, this is not a high and mighty thing. I use the F-bomb plenty. Ask my daughters. It's more a matter of using good judgment. So these are all the don'ts first. Don't don't allow garbage on your wall. So there's some great settings where you can actually approve everything on your wall. So I actually have to approve everything. You are not allowed to post on my wall without my opinion. And I will strongly suggest that that's your real estate. That's your property. And you let someone else post on it and they tag you and you don't see for 2 days, like let's pretend you're like you're a Hillary or a Trump fan or whatever, and all of a sudden the opposite posts on your wall, they're advertising garbage that you don't want to all of your people. So I would just be very clear about protecting that. That was one of the very first things I teach people is protect that. Now, if you are building this and you have a lot of team members and friends and family, I would also say to hide your friends list. Again, that's a setting, and you can go in and people can see my friends, but they can't see my friends list. They can see how many friends I have, but they can't click in and see my friends. Why? Because a lot of my friends and followers are network marketers, and a network marketer could go in and literally have access to 20,000 people, which probably are all interested in network marketing, and now they can start spamming my people and start picking them up with offers and with lies and with, garbage. So hide your friends list and protect who can post on your wall. Now, another thing is my friend got me this necklace and she just jumped on it. She's like, nice necklace. So I had to do that, and you're probably like wondering why you did that. So another thing is, just again, I'm not a judge, man. I have a lot of fun. I drink wine. I go to parties. I go to weddings, and I have a merry time. But I don't put pictures of me just sloppy drunk or in weird positions or anything like on Facebook. Like, you got to be really clear. Like, I'm a professional. I'm trying to attract other professionals, right? I can't say I'm a leader and then I'm, on Facebook, passed out on a couch. So I'm like, not that I pass out on couches. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to think of what people would have on their Facebook. So these are all so much. I mean, yes, like I had a party at my house the other day. We posted a picture of it. That's one thing. But, you have to remember, if someone scrolls through and all they see is you're drinking this Tuesday night and Wednesday night and Thursday night and Friday night and Saturday night, they might question of whether you are capable even holding down a job, let alone being a leader. So just again, be very intentional about knowing that you want to attract a certain person. You will attract what you are, not what you pretend to be. That's the golden nugget. You will attract what you are, not what you pretend to be. And I mean, people will absolutely try to pretend to be all kinds of stuff. I would also steer clear if you are in a network marketing company. This is probably the biggest lesson I learned in the last 5 years of branding yourself as a company. Like, if you work for the MLM called Widget, I wouldn't be like, go widget, widget. I'm the widget guy. I'm the widget gal. I'm the widget. Like, oh, widget for life. Widget. If you're not in widget, you suck. If you're not in widget, you're no good. If you're not in widget, you need to be in Widgetville to be a widget person. And we're widget for life. And we're going to be widget till we die, And widget. And all of a sudden, you decide for what other reasons, because widget's not doing well, or you don't like the people in widget, or widget no longer suits your need. And all of a sudden, you're going to have to change directions. Now, all of a sudden, people are going to say, well, what happened to Widget? You were in love with Widget. You were going to die for Widget. You were going to be in Widget for the rest of your life. What happened to Widget? And so let's say that you're in a jewelry company or a makeup company. You might want to brand yourself as a stylist or somebody who helps people with their image, right? If you're in weight loss, you might say, hey, I really am, I'm an obesity fighter. If you're in skincare, you might want to say, hey, changing the world one face at a time. If you're in energy, saying, hey, bringing energy to the world. If you're in cell phone, saying, hey, whatever it is, you can brand yourself as what you do, but not the company. That is my biggest thing is, you are not the widget. You are you. You have chosen the widget company, hopefully, because it is something that will get you closer to your goals. Like for example, I'm in health and wellness. I've been in health and wellness MLMs for 9.5 years. I do that because I love health and wellness. And I know that I'm going to be a wellness and health professional, and I'm also going to use the platform of MLM because it gets me closer to my goal of helping people get healthy directly through products and education, but also creating other entrepreneurs to do the same thing so that I might have a massive impact, right? But that vehicle's changed 4 times, proudly. 2 of them aren't in business, and 1 of them is not looking great. So, I mean, that is something that I've never changed my mission. I've just changed vehicles. Yes, great comment, Paul. You are you. You're not a company. God. And if you have to identify with a company, which I have, again, it was a mistake because there's times that I thought that I would be with a company forever. And, of course, a lesson learned that change, never say never, forever. And so now, for example, we brand our team because no matter what, my team has goals and we are in this industry forever and we're going to do this. And I hope to God the vehicle never changes again. But if it's ready, if it ever has to, then I've branded myself as a leader of a team, not of a company. I hope that is clear as I meant to say it. So no negative, no garbage, no pictures that are compromising, put something nice on your banner, change your intro to who you are, not your company that's not going to, that you follow your dreams or you'll spend the rest of your life working for someone who did. Stop building the brand of your company. They don't need your help, most of them. Most of them have millions of dollars in advertising budget. Build your brand. Build you. Talk about your products and service because what happens is everyone relies on well, I'm making all this money here and my network marketing company is just a tiny little income. So they still talk about this. Well, this will never grow. I was making 150 grand a year in network in wholesale mortgage, and people say, "What do you do?" I have a little wellness business, right? I didn't say I'm a whole. I might have said, "Oh, I work full time wholesale mortgage," but I'm building a wellness business, and man, that's going good. And this is what I'm excited about. This is what gets me out of bed. This is my legacy over here. Not this. This is temporary to get me money to pay the bills. This is my legacy. So, hope that is a little clearer. Okay. All right. So now let's talk about what to do. Be positive, right? You attract what you are. Be positive. Go out and lead by example and in network marketing, don't be a poser. That's one word, don't be a poser. Don't sit there and talk about coaching and all these tips. If you've never done it, people aren't even listening to you. The reason I have thousands of views on these is because people know that I've actually gone out and done $170 million in the industry in 10 years, right? I'm not a flash in the pan, right? So if you've gone out and had a little success and all of a sudden you're positioning yourself as a coach or a mentor or teacher, people know that you're not, right? So if you're going to go on Facebook and train and give business tips and all that, you better make sure they're ones that you've lived and that you've experienced because you cannot teach what you have not done. Right? So just keep that in mind. Now, can you be positive? Yes. Can you write inspiring quotes? Can you share stories? One of the greatest things you can do with Facebook, what I think has the biggest bang for its buck, is to share stories. That is the biggest thing. So if you're a product company, share your story. Oh my gosh, I just heard this incredible testimony. I have to share it with the world, right? Or, oh my gosh, a single mom just made $5,000 or $6,000 on my team, this month. I can't even believe that this is possible. And I think everybody should know about it because we have found a better way. And, if you're looking and no selling though, forgot another don't. There's a lot of don'ts. Don't be a spammer. Don't sit there. 2 more don'ts. Don't spam people. Don't inbox people all day long. Hey, are you open? How you open? Yes. Are you? You're going to get one, but you're going to get so much rejection. You're going to get ugliness. You're going to get blocked. You're going to get people PO'd at you. Don't do that. No. Create a relationship with them, yes, but don't spam people. I don't send messages going, hey, are you open to an opportunity? Look, hey, I might say, hey, it looks like we have, thanks for, requesting my friendship. Looks like we have a lot in common in health and wellness. What are you doing these days? Are you in a company? And if they say, no, I'm not, oh, well, would you be open to looking what I do? But I'm going to create a relationship first, right? Don't be an advertiser, okay? If you have 500 friends and you're posting a sales link and you're don't put your URL like blankety, like tara.widget.com, which is #1 screams MLM, right? Don't do that because every day, first of all, It's like when you call your friend and they say no. And if you post something 20 days in a row on Facebook, it's like calling the same person 20 times. Are you interested? 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 So every day, your same friends are being re-advertised to every day. You're going to get unfollowed. You might get blocked. You might get unfriended because they don't want to be sold to, right? I know Gary Vaynerchuk has a great book. I think it's called Jab, Jab, Right Hook or something like that. Basically, you got to give value, got to give value, got to give value. Then you can ask for a sale. I also say don't put your link, Tara.widget.com, right? Your unique URL, your username your company.com. Because number one, it screams network marketing. Number two, you give people an opportunity to go look at your company, to go Google it. And there's a lot of people who pay for big names, especially big companies, to dominate the top ranks at Google, to say crappy things about your product to get you to look at it so they can sell you something else. Like, that's it. People don't bash your product for nothing. They're trying to sell you something else. If they're bashing your product or your service, they're just trying to say, well, don't do that. This is why you don't do that. Do this, right? They're always trying to sell but a new person in network marketing doesn't know that. So don't advertise all day, every day. Don't try to sell all day, every day. Don't put your link on your website ever. In fact, I don't even think mine's in my info. I want to make you ask me what I do based on stories I tell and testimonies I share. And I want to know that you're asking me. So guess what? So you go in my follow-up. And I can say, I have Facebook. Who's followed up? Because I get 1,000 Facebook messages a month. So it's like they're going to be buried. And if I don't remember, if I say, oh, this person on this date messaged me interest, I sent them the videos, then it reminds me to follow up with them. But you could have 100 people clicking on your link every day and you don't even know to follow up with them, right? So I would rather have 10 people a week message me for my links than have 1,000 people clicking on it unbeknownst to me, because then I don't know who I've exposed to. Maybe they had questions, maybe they had concerns, maybe they were like unsure, maybe they were, just prejudging, maybe they're skeptical, but you didn't even know they looked to be able to address those concerns. So do not put your link on Facebook, your username whatever your company is.com. All right, I think that's enough don'ts, but I might find more because I think it's more people, what people are doing wrong than doing right. So now what do we do? Okay, so do have a positive banner, have a positive profile picture, have a positive intro message of what do you want people to know in, 20 words or less about you. What do you want them to know, right? I would also go through your photos. I kid you not, sometimes I'll get notifications like 30 in a row that they've liked pictures, and some of those pictures go back to like 2014, and I'm like, oh. So sometimes, like, I have spent hours on some days deleting photos that if someone went back 5 years, I don't even want them to find, right? So, I mean, they're not bad, just, laughing at a club or having a drink or doing a shot or something. It's just, whatever. So keep it positive. Now, if you're a mom, it's so great to share your child or children, but please don't do it all day, every day. Like, I love my kids, and I think it's great that you have yours, but if I don't want to go to your page if all day, every day, all I'm going to see is your baby or your child or their sports. Like, it was not interesting to me. It's not relevant to me. Again, there are people that have dual profiles because they want to, and if that's your whole identity, your children, that's great. Now, I put my kids' Halloween costume on here today because it's Halloween, and I was just saying happy Halloween, and I do have a lot of friends and family that are in Facebook, but you're not going to see even 10 posts a week about my children because, again, my 23 or 4,000 followers aren't interested in me for my family, and I don't want them to get bored. And there are some people that I look at their page and I go away because I'm like, I don't want to see your kids or your pets or your, like, it's not interesting to me, if that makes sense. So vary it. There's a couple things you want to do. You want to do education. You want to do entertainment. You want to do, you want to give value. You want to, enlighten people. You want to share stories. You want to keep it positive. You do want to vary it every once in a while. And sharing stories will be the #1 way to sell your product or service far, far, far or over directly doing it. Drawing comparisons, real life examples, just ideas, things, the results people have had. money people have saved, money people have earned. Those are great things to keep posting. But just be cognizant is, would you go to your profile every day? And if you did, what would you get from it? You know what I mean? Like when people come to my profile, they know they're going to get education. They're probably going to get some great stories. They're going to get some entertainment. I'm going to enlighten people. I might talk about the industry. I might talk about industry stats. I might talk about, you know, the alternatives. I might talk about, you know, things. But what I don't do is, it's very mixed up, right? It's mixed up so that I'm not excluding any of my, my market. I think there needs to be a good balance of how much your face is on Facebook. I don't post selfies more than probably once a week. I think maybe I could go a little bit more than that. I don't know what the right one is. Maybe test it out and see what kind of likes you're getting on your selfies, or, you know, any lifestyling pictures. I think if I'm going to take a picture of the Golden Gate Bridge when I'm at the Golden Gate Bridge, I would rather just have the bridge than me in the bridge, but that's just my opinion. I get more likes on ones that my face is not in, but there's always times where you do want your face in. Let's see. When you're building your list. So if you're not maxed out at 5,000 friends, then you really have a lot of work to do. So this is what I would say. Don't just target all network marketers. I would say, what is the kind of person that I would want to work with, right? Somebody that's professional, somebody that's positive, somebody that is maybe a parent, somebody that lives geographically close. You can actually go to people's profiles and spend, I would say, maybe you have a goal of adding 10 new friends a day. Now, you do have to track it because you will go to Facebook jail if you have too many requests and not enough. So you can actually go into your settings, your activity log, or your friends, and on mine it'll show you how many pending requests you have. And I think there's like a 20 or 25 maximum. So if you're going to add people, you got to also want to track to make sure that people are accepting your friendship and growing your list. And so I would say, 5 to 10 a day. And, when they request, say, hey, I know this seems like a random request, but I just like to connect with people like me, and you look like someone who was positive, who had, a health and wellness interest, and we're an entrepreneur, and, I can't wait to see your posts and really learn from you, and hopefully I can add some value to you as well. But not, they're going to go to your page, they're going to see your stories, they're going to see what you do, and if they're interested or they're open, they will let you know. So, thanks, Rachel. She said, I prefer your face. So, your status updates, be funny. You can post inspiring quotes. I like to use Word Swag as a great one. Moldiv is a great one. And there's a lot of great little places. I go on the internet and I find a picture on an iPhone. You just hold it. It says save image. Then I can go into Word Swag. I think it was like $3 or $4, and I could click on the image and I could write in different fonts and create a thing. Also, don't post too much and don't post too little. I would say when you're starting, if it's something that it's not a habit for you, to post about 3 times a day. Once in the morning, maybe once at lunchtime, and then once in the afternoon. And then, of course, I'd say every 2 to 3 hours. But if you're one of those people that's like I even think some people... just post too much. Okay, great. Heather, how do I deal with the men that hit on you? Well, I just say I'm married and I don't use Facebook for a dating site, but, thanks for your compliment, but I'm married. That's it. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, I'm married. Link to my husband's page. He's 6'6" and he has a gun. No, I'm just kidding. He doesn't have a gun. And make sure that you're checking your filtered requests. Before I knew about that other folder, I had 2,000 messages in there, and I missed a lot of prospects, people who wanted to know more about my business because Heather, just say I'm not using Facebook as a business site. I'm using this to build, my business, and I appreciate, but I'm not open to solicitations in that area. That you just have to be very, very deliberate. Okay, so... then block them. If they don't believe you, just block them. And that's a cool thing about it is, boop, you can block it. What else? Just be cognizant of variety. And then when you do keep people asking, so what I tell people, there's like a 3-step process with social media. Number 1 is piquing interest, right? Saying stories And you almost want to say it like our product has a name, but we call it the little yellow pill because I don't want people Googling the name of our product. So I say the little yellow pill. If you want to say, it's like you might, if you sell weight loss, you might say the tastiest shake, or you might say the best lip color, or whatever. Like, make some cute little hashtag. So I get people asking me about what I do, and then I get to control what they view, and I get to know to follow up. So pique interest. And then when they say I'm interested, give them information. And if you're going to post really great stories, you got to go either through your notifications or you got to go on that post, because you got to check. I have so many times I'm like, oh my gosh, 2 days ago they said I'm interested, and I didn't even see that because they get buried in my notifications. So if you're going to post something about your product or services to pique interest, make sure that you go back and check to see if people are interested. So pique interest, give information, and follow up. Hey, you said you were info. I sent you that video, or I invited you to our call. What else do you need to know to make a decision of whether you want to be our customer or you're ready to do business with me? What else can I teach you? What else can I give you? And then, of course, this is a great tip that I learned from my friend Rachel Jackson. She said, as soon as somebody shows interest in my business, especially, she says, I write to them, I find Facebook really impersonal, but I really don't. So let's take this, let's take this conversation offline. What's your number and the best time to call you so that you can actually really, now that's when the magic starts, is connecting, form them, family, occupation, recreation, dreams. Find out who this person is, what they want out of life, what they're not getting out of life, what they're not getting out of their current opportunity, so that you can find out and see any opportunities where your products or services or your business might be a good fit. And another great tip for those of you who were always like savvier than me, like I have a Twitter account. I do have, I don't know, 5 or 6,000 followers on Twitter. Everything I post on Facebook automatically goes to my Twitter. I know a lot of people have it set up to, if you love Instagram and you're not a Facebook person, I still find Facebook the easiest, best platform to attraction marketing. I will never go, Snapchat I still can't figure out Snapchat. But what happens is, if you have Instagram, you might have your Instagram going right over, to your Facebook. And I know that's a great way. So do cross over to all the different social medias so that you do once. It might go to your Instagram, it might go to your Twitter, or have Instagram go to Facebook and your Twitter. And then you're really broadening your nets with the same amount of time. So I know that my Facebook automatically goes to my Twitter. I still don't understand Snapchat. And I have like 80,000 LinkedIn comments, but I still connections, and I still don't understand LinkedIn, nor have I ever. I need to watch a Facebook and LinkedIn training. I've never ever had any luck on attracting anybody from LinkedIn. Did he really just ask you that? Okay, someone delete him. Not funny. Anyway, we always attract some really interesting people live, because of course this is Facebook, and this gentleman is probably not my friend. Last week I had another ridiculous saying, and I just go and delete them after the film's made. So anyway, all right, no distractions here. So anyway, I hope that those do's and don'ts help you. Add people every day, add people you like, keep it positive. Make sure that you are creating a brand and positioning yourself as a leader, someone who's giving, not looking to take, that you're giving. And then people always want to work with people who are givers, not takers. So people who are takers are ones that are just giving your link and hope that you sign up. They're not willing to sit there and put out time and to offer you value. And when people offer value, those are the people who attract people, and those are the people who want to work with you. And that's who you want to attract, is the ones that are attracted to you because who you are. So be very cognizant, be very intentional with your Facebook, because it has literally, and I'm not saying figuratively, it has literally earned me hundreds of thousands of dollars I have earned from building on Facebook. Now, again, I don't do any outbound. I don't go spamming people. I don't go trying to recruit them. I have created a brand and an image, and I've been giving for years and years and years, and sharing stories, and I have attracted to people to me through that. So how do you always peak with product only as your lead? You don't have to always peak with product only. Like, so let's say you have a weight loss company. You don't want to just be talking about weight loss. You can just say, hey, summer's around the corner or winter's around the corner. Do you have any goals or whatever? You can just be very general about stories. I had a friend that just lost 50 pounds and they can message you and say, how, or, let's say you're in a telecom service like ACN or one of them or something, and just say, oh my gosh, I just saved my friend $20 a month on their cell phone bill. That's a story. And people who want to save might go, well, how did you do that? Right? So you can be very general about not saying the products. Hey, I have another person that says they have the most extraordinary energy and sleep better than they have since they were an infant. Oh my gosh. And then hashtag little yellow pill. I get people call, oh my gosh, I have horrible sleep. Will this help me? Right? So again, just be very general, and you can work with the mentors on your team to find out what kind of little nuggets might pique people. So anyway, any other questions? Because my phone is about to die, and we're going long here. But I just want you to know that this is your real estate. Protect it. Project a brand that's professional, that makes people say this person is focused. They're serious. They're a leader. They're valuable. They're well-read. They're always positive. They have so much success around them. I got to be part of it. And if you do that, you will continue on and on. Marco, I would say at least a couple, I think, in the morning. You got to think of when are people on their phones? On their way to work, unfortunately, at lunchtime, at break time, after work, and in peak hours. So in your time zones, I would say morning, late morning, 10:30, 11, 12 o'clock, noon, 5 o'clock, and 8 to 9. Those are peak, and you can Google peak times. I know that both Instagram and Facebook publish what their peak times are so that you can maximize. And then always go, and one last tip, this is such a good one. Every time you like your comments, it bumps you up to a newsfeed. So every time someone comments, or you like their comment, or somebody likes your post or comments on your post, it jumps back up to the top of a newsfeed. So all the time when I post something and somebody comments, I go and I like their comments, because that'll keep kicking it back up and kicking it back up. Or I might post a comment, which Tara Wilson commented on this, my own post, it'll keep kicking it back up. So anyway, I hope that was very, very helpful for you guys. And again, don't forget to subscribe, youtube.com/create wealth with Tara, to find all the episodes here, and feel free to share them. We always give general free MLM training, and I will see you guys all tomorrow for episode 13, and have a great and safe Halloween, everybody.